After their victory over the Phantom, the heroes returned to the planet Nebula expecting to live a period of peace, but they had little rest before signs of a new danger began to appear. One night, while Joseph was contemplating the stars from his high balcony, he noticed a strange light emanating from the depths of space. At first, he thought it was just a distant star, but he soon realized that this light was approaching rapidly. Suddenly, the light penetrated Nebula's atmosphere and fell into one of the nearby forests. Yusuf summoned the rest of the heroes, and they all headed to the place where the light fell. When they arrived, they found a strange object pulsing with energy. It was a radiant metal object, similar to a small spaceship, and near it they found a strange injured creature. The creature looked like a human, but it was surrounded by a glowing blue aura, and it looked extremely exhausted. When they approached it, the creature opened its eyes with difficulty and began to speak in a strange language. But thanks to Amy's ability to read minds, she was able to communicate with him and understand his message. The creature told them that his name was Zarin, and that he was escaping from a powerful force called the Great Attractor. Zarin explained that the Great Attractor had discovered the planet Nebula and wanted to make it a new center of its power. Zarin's words were a wake-up call to the heroes. They understood that the threat they now faced was much greater than the Phantom, and that the Great Attractor might be more powerful than anything they had faced before. But they did not back down. The heroes began preparing to confront the Great Attractor. Joseph studied the space debris to understand the enemy's technology, while Salome used her power to communicate with the elements of nature to gather information. As for Amy, she intensified her physical and mental training to be ready for any confrontation. Meanwhile, Olivia was working on improving her ability to manipulate time and space to be able to confront the Great Attractor at any moment. As they prepared, events began to accelerate. The sky above Nebula was changing, and the sun was beginning to lose its brilliance. The heroes realized that the Great Attractor was approaching and that time was running out. At the crucial moment, the Great Attractor appeared, its giant ship filling the sky, and it released dark rays that covered the entire planet. The heroes stood before this giant monster without fear. The greatest fight in Nebula's history had begun. Joseph, Salome, Amy, and Olivia teamed up with Zarin, who had recovered enough to join them in battle. Salome unleashed firestorms to repel the Great Attractor's attacks, while Joseph used his power to manipulate gravity to redirect its destructive rays. Amy quickly moved between the Attractor's creatures to destroy them one by one. Olivia manipulated time to avoid the deadly attacks. But the heroes returned to Nebula after their encounter with the Archivist. There was no time to rest. They began to carefully lay out their plans. They felt as if every passing moment brought them closer to the decisive confrontation. Olivia, who had been slowly recovering, began to regain her strength unexpectedly.